and am I clear? Am I clear? Am I loud and clear? Eh? Mumpulira bulungi? Eh? Aha, that's fantastic. If I'm loud and clear, that is good. Now let us start right away. Tutandikirewo tewali budde. No time to waste. Okay? I'm going to use my 30 minutes very, very well. My training is going to be for 30 minutes. Then I'll be ready to answer questions. Now, we said that we are going to navigate through what we call Royal Q. We are going to navigate through Royal Q trade settings. Let me hope my network is very, very clear. To have bought a new internet just because of this training. I don't want anything lagging. I'm seeing it's even reading 5G network. But 5G network in Uganda, is it real? Yeah? Am I clear? Okay, okay, okay. Let's move. Let's move. Okay. So now, let's go to AQ robot. Okay. Now, we said that we are going to navigate through what we call RAQ trade settings. Okay. We're going to navigate through RAQ trade settings. We're using this trade as a study case. Okay. Now, first of all, this is the name of the coin. It's called, for example, Tau USDT. It's the name of the coin. Here there is an icon of candles. Those who want to read candles of this coin, you can always tap there and you see the candle. Okay. Then here it is showing you a button. When you tap this button, you can tell your robot to remind you in case this trade does anything. For example, market alerts. You can tell the robot to tell you when there is, for example, big rise or fall. When there is a big rise on this, the robot will be telling you. Or you can tell the robot to notify you when this trade goes to you can tell your robot, for example, to tell you if this coin goes above a certain percentage. You get my point? If your coin goes above a certain percentage, for example, you can tell your robot, tell me if this coin goes above 10% up. When it goes 10% up, the robot will tell you. If it goes 10% down, the robot will still tell you. For me, I just need only 6%. Then I tap create alert. Now, my robot is telling me when the price goes up 6%, that's the price of $470, it will tell me. If it goes down still, the robot will tell me. So this is an alert button. Musoma, are we learning? It's an alert button here. The one you are seeing, I'm circling. Huh? Okay, let's go. Then here we have this icon. This icon is a reminder. When Royco Intelligent Robot is operating, please don't operate the currency account by yourself and check whether there is a fixed deposit, freezing, and other related settings, so as well as to avoid abnormal judgments caused by the system and affect your rights and interests. Royco is telling you, when I'm trading a certain coin, togenda take Binance to operate it. Some of you go to your Binance, you convert that coin, those coins to USDT. Some of you convert it to BNB. Eh? And then when Royalty reaches the point of selling that coin, it sends you an abnormal operation message. And then someone is like, what is going on? Minga Yachusa said. You get my point? So Royalty is reminding you. This icon, it is a screenshot. In case you have taken profits from this trade, you just tap here. The robot will give you the best screenshot. This screenshot is good for marketing because Royalty take a invitation code you. Have you seen the invitation code? So when you are sharing it to social media, it's a very, very good picture. And Roku gives you a variety of pictures to use. Which one do you like? Which one? Eh? Okay? So you can just tap here, share. You choose where do you want to share it, WhatsApp, Telegram, or what. Then you share it whatever you want. Are we learning? Are we learning? Now let's come back here. Position amount. What is position amount? The robot is showing you the amount of money it has invested in a trade. For example, in my trade, the Royalty has invested there $600. Royalty has invested $600 in this trade. Position quantity, the amount of coins the robot has bought. My robot has bought 1.3 thousand. That's why there is a bracket of my coin I'm trading. Tao is the coin. So Royalty is saying, I have bought 1.3 coins. It depends on the coin you are trading. Then the average price, $452.8. Okay? The average price, that means it is the price the robot bought this coin. So when the price goes above this, you are in profits. Current price, this is the current price of this token. Currently. So right now, this coin has gone down 1.8% from 450 to 444. Are we getting the point? Then margin call count. What is margin call count? Margin call count, it is the amount of buys the robot has done since it bought this coin in the first place. When you enter the coin paper, that entering is called first buying amount. When the robot buys the first buying amount, when the robot buys the first buying amount, the moment the coin goes down, depending on the settings, the robot starts to buy again. Now that's what we call margin calls. Now the robot is telling you how many times it has bought. It is only one. Then we have here unrealized PL, unrealized profit or loss. Unrealized profit or loss means the robot, since it bought this coin, it is in negative 1.7%, leading to negative $10 in loss, but it is not real. The loss is not real until I close this trade. If I close this trade right now, it makes a loss of $10. If I don't, it's not a real loss. Yesterday I gave you an example that if I buy land and the government in the parliament says they want to construct an express road, but in my region where I bought this land, the road is going to bypass there. That means the government is going to pay me lots of money. Right away, the price of my land goes high. But that price is not real until the government has paid me. Why? Anything can happen. Government yekuba. Negamba, you know what's up? We wanted to construct an road from that place, but we have decided not to. We are going to change it to another route. That means my price will drop. And it's Twitter unrealized PL. It becomes real when the trade is closed. You can even have here positive when the robot is breeding that I have I have profits of $20, but it's not real until we get traded it closed. Are we learning? Give me a thumbs up if you're learning. Give me a thumbs up if you're learning. Hey, fantastic. Abdi Shaban, thank you for attending the class, brother. I always say in class, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Now we are going to read about the managed strategy. What is the managed strategy? The first button here, okay? It's called, okay, the next buttons I'm going to be talking about, we call them action buttons, okay? Action buttons. The first one is cycle. What is cycle? Cycle means if the robot sells this coin, it will buy it again. Singa robot yetunda coin eno ate eddamu n'egigula. It never goes out of that trade. It keeps buying and selling, depending on the settings you give them. By the way, let me tell you, this strategy is for only two people. The first one, the rich boys, right? The big boys. People who have more money. People are trading with much money in the business. People say strategy. Second, the knowledgeable. Someone can can analyze a coin, and they're like, this coin is going to move from this level to this level. That's 100%. Now let me put it in cycle. It buys and sells, buys and sells, buys and sells. Monitoring. When it hits the level where he wants to get out, then he taps one shot and then he gets away. So this kind of strategy, Eunice is asking, we don't have big girls. I don't know. I've never seen one. Wabewandaga ku big girl or no. Hey, trading with 500 million shillings. Girls like their money so much. Bonus centers are baba batch. Aha. Let's go. Another button. So cycle, use it only when you know what you're talking about. And only when you know what you're doing. So this is an action button. When I tap cycle para, let me first put don't disturb. Some people will call me and interfere my training. When I tap cycle here up, the coin will show cycle. When I tap one shot, the coin will be in one shot. One shot means if the coin sells, the robot will not buy again until I've ordered it. That's why our signals are in one shot. The moment it sells, it brings back profits with your capital, and then it waits for your next order. It's one shot. Cycle means someone puts a trade neyebereramu, trade neyekola byeyagala. That is cycle. It's one of the best strategies. But I told you for big boys, okay, and big girls. Tujetantalako nomenyeko omugongo gwa bwerere. You'll be crying for us. Floating loss, my coin has been there for 2 months. Kumbe you traded the cycle with your $100. Mugisha is saying, run it big boys club. Fantastic, bro. I believe in you. Knowing about YouTube, are they following? Let me see. Robot game changers. Are we streaming live? Wow, our live is there. Hey, fantastic. With your $100. Okay, it's there. Okay, let's go. Then there is a button called sell. I told you about this button yesterday. Today, let me repeat it. The sell button, it is the order you give the robot to do and bypass every previous order. Nabagambe, this button is the order from above. Ugandans, you know what order from above means. Do we have people from other countries here? Now you are not a Ugandan, give us a thumbs up. To Kashaba, to Chigeza Baba. Mama Abdul Salam. Hey, Mama Abdul Salam, I don't know where you're from. Do we have any other person from another country, not a Ugandan? Anyone from another country? Eunice Pareri. Anyone else from another country? Zulaika Mbawa. Zulaika. Sharif. Sharif, are you sure? Eh? Daniel Wosheba, thank you so much, brother, for attending the class. Here in Uganda, Muhammad is from Ghana. Fantastic, brother. Let me tell you about Uganda. Uganda, we have what we call order from above. Order from above is an order which passes every other order, wherever it came from, whether from the court, whether from whatever. If order from above comes, that's the main business. Now, even here, this is order from above button. What does it do? Now, are you saying that my coin is trading? Let me give an example. If I have an emergency, I wake up in the night, my son is very sick, and I don't have any cash available, and I have a trade moving. My trade has not delivered. It is in negative. Like this one, it has my $600. It is in negative 1%, not yet closed. The robot cannot close a trade in negative, never. But I can force it with the order from above, and I tap here the sell button, I tap market price, I tap 100%. The moment I confirm the robot will sell at loss. Then this loss will be real. Do you remember what I talked about unrealized PL? If you do this, this loss will become real. Hey, Marvin Jacobo, that is it. If you close the trade, then that trade will read real. It will be a real loss. Or you can use this button in a better way. How? Let me give an example. You have seen this coin, you have analyzed it, and you're like, you know what's up? I think this coin is going to come back to $500. Or maybe it is going to $500. Do you know the all-time high of this coin? This coin once it was $1,200. I don't know when was that. I think that was 2024. $1,200. Okay, I can decide that, you know what's up. I'm going to sell this coin when it goes back to $800. But remember, from 400 to 800, that's almost 100%. In the trade settings, you cannot set your coin to sell at 100% take profit. Reiki doesn't accept. Reiki doesn't go above 330%. Now, what do? Simple. You come and tap sell. Are you seeing the word please enter trigger price? You tell your robot, I want you to sell this coin at $800. Price. This is the price. Then the robot asks, how many coins do you want me to sell? You tell it 100%. Then it will show you the profits you will make if the trade goes there. Then the robot is showing me that I will make a profit of $460. Then I confirm. The moment I confirm, this becomes an order from above. This order is going to bypass every previous order in the trade settings. Are we learning? Look here in the trade settings. I had told my robot that please, I want you to sell this coin when it goes to 3%. Remember, yabadde genda gitunda at only $466. At 466 price. Right now the coin at 444. Kati yabadde genda gitunda at 460. Now this order is no longer working. This is the current order. Kati yeriko. The robot is saying, I'm going to sell this coin at $800. Are we learning something? So this really works very well to people who knows how to do market analysis. Okay? One also will call a price action. You tell your robot to sell at a certain price, no their percentages. You get the point? You bought a coin and then you tell your robot, I want you to sell it at this price. When you do this, maybe callbacks, the robot will only sell at that price. Then there is a buy button. What is this buy button doing? You are telling the robot to buy. Maybe you don't want to wait for margin calls. Or one Ugamba robot, buy this coin. Let me give an example. I can tell my robot that if this coin comes to 442, the current price is 443.2. When it comes at 442, invest $10. Invest 10, then I confirm. the robot will follow a new order. It will not wait for the margin call and the AI margin call. Now this is the order from above. I've told my robot if the coin comes to this price, Papa. Okay, let me put the real price. Okay. For example, I'm going to tell it buy it at 443.1. Okay. Then I tell it put there $10. Then I confirm. Mega price ready here. Now let me put 443 net. 443.0. Hey, index there $10. The moment the price comes down to this, the robot will buy. Now the robot is waiting. Okay? The robot is waiting to trigger. You get my point? Aha. Now let's go to another button. Wall warehouse. What is wall warehouse? Now the robot has triggered. Have you seen? One of the order is done. When we go to transaction records, the robot is showing me that it has invested $9.9. That is 10. It has bought 0.02 TAUs. Okay? At what price? What is the price? Price, 443. When I did this, have you seen that? Have you learned something? Give me a thumbs up if you have learned something. Give me a thumbs up if you have learned something for sure. Hey. So this is order from above, but it should only be done with the people who know technical analysis. Let's go. Then we have wall warehouse. Now these are what we call strategy modes. I want to explain to you what strategy modes mean. We have 3 types of strategy modes. We have wall warehouse. Forget about my handwriting. I had to be a doctor. Maybe to the Javuvi. Okay? What is wall warehouse? Wall warehouse means if my robot buys a certain coin, the coin went down and the robot was buying margin calls, and then the price go up. The robot will sell all these margin calls at once. Byonna robot byeguze ebitunda omulundi gumu. This is the most profitable strategy. The only problem with this strategy is if a coin goes down, you will have to wait until it delivers. Sometimes it wastes time. That is the most profitable. Are we learning? That's what we call wall warehouse. The robot buys margin calls, but it sells them at once. One of the advantages of this strategy is the robot keeps changing the average price. Okay? Those who attended my yesterday class, the average price was different from today. Why? Yesterday my robot had invested $500 only in this trade, but since today it is at 500. Since today it is had invested $600. The first buy now, the average price has changed still. However, we are getting them $10. Even the first buy amount changed. Those who were attentive. So the more it buys, the more it changes the first buying amount. That's what we call warehouse. Warehouse. It's one of the advantages. Now it keeps the average price nearer to the current price, hence leading to selling very fast. Average price and current price, whenever they are near to each other, your trade sells faster. Are we learning something? Now, we're going to look at another strategy. What is another strategy? Another trading strategy is sub-bin mode. Sub-bin mode. What is sub-bin mode? When the robot is buying margin calls, Oziraba margin calls. Eh? I want to use a live example of a coin here. For example, this coin called Tau. Okay. Let me use this example, a clear one. Let me remove all of the. I want you to look here clearly. Are we there? Let's assume I entered it. I entered this coin from this level. Okay. Then the coin started going down. As you are seeing it, you're seeing this coin going down. Kati buli coin lwe yasenga, whenever the coin was going down, the robot started buying margin calls. Buy, 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 buy. Maybe this is the first margin call, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth. Okay, let me write numbers of margin calls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, up to this level. Okay, this is the lower low. Those who attend trading classes, the lower low means the lowest level of this coin. Kati ate coin netandika okuddamu okwambuka. You see, the coin started going up. Now, when the coin started going up, you realize that it has come back to the first level almost. Okay? Okay, the first margin call. This was the first buying amount. Robot yagigulidde wano waggulu. Naye ate margin call eyasoose yo bagituuseeko dda. Look at this candle. What sub-bin mode does, from the 50th margin call, up to infinity, depending on the number of margin calls you have, the robot sells them independently. How? I want you to look here. The 50th margin call, robot yagigulidde ku eno level. Which color should I use? Let me use green. The robot bought the 50th margin call on this level, the 6th margin call on this level, the first 7th margin call on this level. That I want you to look at when the market started going up. When the market started going up, it passed all of these levels. That means the 50th margin call, the 6th, the 7th are all in profits. So in one warehouse, what happens? The robot starts to sell them. Robot it sells the 7th, it sells the 6th, it sells the 5th, it starts selling them independently. But in sub-bin mode, it will not show you the profits until it has sold the first buying amount. But remember, the robot sells the first buying amount plus the first 4 margin calls. It sells these at once. The first buying amount and the first 4 margin calls, it adds all of them and sells these at once. The moment the robot sells the first, we call them the whole positions, then it will show you that in this trade, I made $50. By the way, sub-bin mode, it can spend a full month buying and selling, but without showing you the profits. Then it shows you the profits at the end of the day when it sells the whole positions, and then it shows you that I made $300 from this trade. However, on your Binance, you will be seeing this money, but analysis from RoyalQ will not be shown to you. And the robot will be taking its fuel fee. Are you learning what I'm saying? And remember, in sub-bin mode, there is something very good happening. You see that the market went down, then the market slightly came up to this level. I don't know. Let me choose another color. Yellow. I used the yellow red. Let me use orange. You look at this level. The price came and hit this level. That means the 5th, the 7th margin call, 6th and 5th, they are already sold in this level. So it is at the border. Then the market came down again. Are you seeing this part where the market came down? That means it bought them again. The robot can buy margin calls and sell them. and then buy them again, depending on the movement of the coin. And then even the market went up still and sold. Then the market came down. Karenzo Sanga, when it came down, it bought the fifth margin call and the sixth. Then the market went up and sold them. So the robot can be busy buying and selling margin calls. Now here before selling the whole positions, the first calls is, why? Because for them they were bought at a higher price. This coin has not reached there yet. So the coin can be making for you money downtown. I think that's a good slang to explain this. The coin will be making you for your money in downtown without closing the trade yet. Before closing the trade yet. That's what called suburban mode. But the only difference with suburban mode and suburban real time is the robot keeps selling, but it never show you the profits until the trade is sold completely. Then in suburban real time, suburban real time is the same as suburban mode. The only difference here is whatever margin call sold, the robot will show you profit in real time right away. If it makes $1 from selling the fifth, sixth, and seventh margin call, it equals $1. It will show you that today you have made $3. If it buys them and sells them again, it will show you now $6. If it buys them and sells them again, it will show you $9. You will wait whenever it sells a margin call, show you the profits it has made. I think we have understood the mods now. Have we understood the mods? Have we understood these mods? Eh? The wall warehouse, the suburban, and the suburban real-time settlement. I advise highly use if your strategy is warehouse, good. If your strategy is suburban real-time settlement, good. All strategies are good depending on the market. Then we have strategy migration. What is strategy migration? This is an option used for people mostly who are traveling. I'm from Uganda, then I want to, then I've relocated to United States. In the United States, they don't use Binance. They use other exchanges like Kraken. So when you know that you're traveling to United States, you will know that the moment you open your Binance, it will not be working. So what do? Before you travel, download Kraken, register, verify the KYC, start migrating your trades to Kraken. So this is the option of migration. Are we learning? Are we learning? Are we learning? Give me a thumbs up if you're learning. Give me a thumbs up. Royalty gave you all of the options to make your money. Very quick. Then this button, switch on margin call, switch off margin call. When you switch it off, the robot will not be buying margin calls. When you switch it on, the robot will be ready to buy margin calls. AI margin call. What's AI margin call? This is what I want to teach you today to understand. An AI margin call is an artificial intelligence robot designed to monitor the market. It buys a margin call. You find someone having margin calls when all of the drops are 0.2, 0.2, 0.2%. If you switch on AI margin call, it will not just buy. By the way, when you tap this AI margin call, it teaches you what it does. Switch on AI margin call, it's a question mark, of course. When AI margin call is turned on and reaches the drop percentage means what is in your settings. Let me give an example. If I told my robot to buy when the market drops 1%, this is what the robot is saying. Intelligent monitoring will start and the margin call will be made. The appropriate value is reached. The robot will not just buy. It will first go to the market, analyzes it, and finds out what is the best time to buy. Let me explain to you how this works. Look here. In my trade settings, the robot was saying when the market drops at 0.5%, buy 0.2 times out of $500, that's $100, inject there $100 in this trade. But look here, the robot didn't buy. It only bought, this was the first buying amount. Now the second the second buy. This is 456, 437. Let's go on trading view. We see the difference. When did this robot buy? Okay. When did this robot buy this coin? So let's look for Tao stroke USDT coin. Okay. Aha. Tao stock USDT coin. It first bought at 456. 456. So we are going to draw a line there. 450. Okay, that was the level. My robot bought on this level. My robot bought on that yellow line. Are you seeing the yellow line? Eh? Are we seeing there? My robot bought on the yellow line. Now, the robot was told in the settings that please buy when the market drops 0.5%. Okay. 0.5%, what is the price? The price would have been at $453. Mulabao, $453. When did the robot buy? The robot bought the first margin call at 434 instead. Yagulide one. Let's look for another horizontal. Yagulide kumeka 434. 430. The robot yagulide. Here down. Now uh let's measure and see from here to here. What is the percentage? Your robot yagulide almost at 5% in top. It's like I imagine call. Your robot will not follow your settings. It will follow its intelligence. Oh, yes, you are trusting the robot to do the job. By the way, this strategy is so good when you want to trade with bigger money without a lot of margin calls. This strategy I'm using. Because this strategy is for $1,000. First buying amount is $500. Each drop is $100. First margin call 100, second 100, third 100, the last one $200. Is dollar return. But the robot is monitoring the market using AI. That it doesn't just buy, because when you go to the trade settings, actually the robot is should be buying very fast. If the robot followed these settings, I'm telling you, we would be on the third margin call right now. But it has only bought one buy. It's using its intelligence to monitor the market before it buys. Have we learned that? Have we learned that? I think I've explained it clearly. Kategerekese, kategerekese banange. Have you understood that? Oh, I'm seeing a lot of messages. Wow, fantastic, fantastic. By the way, keep writing your questions in the chat box. When I'm done with my explanation, I'll come and we do what? We I answer the questions. Have we understood the AI margin call? You know, whenever you are trading and you are fearing the market, come and switch on the AI margin call to avoid your robot overbuying. Because some of us have our drops, they're only 30%. 100%, you people. We have a funny president in the United States. One day he can come up and he's like, I'm going to bomb North Korea. That news only can drop the market, can drop Bitcoin back to 70,000. And you see all your coins in negative 30%. Whenever you see something like that, don't worry. run very fast and switch on AI margin calls on all your trades. You will see your robot monitoring your market without overbuying. It will not just buy, it will first analyze the market. Even a robot, even if your settings are telling the robot to buy at 0.5%, your robot can buy up to 15%. Why? It has analyzed the market and realized the market is still dropping. So I don't need to just keep buying. Okay, take it, Dako. Let's go. Then we have, okay, current status. The robot is saying margin call triggering price. The robot is going to buy at this price. We said that margin call trigger price. The next buy is here, but this is not real because there is AI. AI has to monitor. Take profit triggering. Now this needs no AI. The robot is saying I'm selling at this price, 466. Status waiting for trigger. Status waiting for trigger. Whatever happens, when the market drops, I buy. When the market goes up, I sell. Strategy details. The robot is technically waiting. The robot is showing you the summary of your settings. First buying amount $500, take profit 3%, margin call drop 1%. The next margin call drop is 1%. But here the market is almost at 2%. But the robot is not yet buying. AI is on. That time it was yesterday. Margin call limit 4. Earning callback 0.01, buying callback 0.01. What are earnings callback? A callback is a waiting period. The robot is saying when the trigger is when the price is triggered. For example, you told your robot to sell at 3%. 3% was it when it reaches the 3%, it doesn't just buy, it waits a little bit. When it sees the market going above 3%, maybe the market going at 4%, 5%. But when the market is pulling back a little bit, the percentage you had put here on earnings callback, it's what it will measure and sell right away. That's why sometimes you tell your robot to sell at 3% and you find it selling at 5% because of this waiting period. Okay? So that is the navigation about our trading strategy. Clap for yourself for being a very good audience. I'm waiting for questions. I want questions to make it smart and organized. I would wish questions to be in the chat box to avoid okay, to avoid people wasting time. Let me come to a meeting. Let me see the messages you have. Okay, Mugisha is saying very clear. I think these are all the messages. Justin, okay. This is new. Never knew that. Now coming to this. Justin Cassidy is asking, I request for another round of today. Justini. We'll go to YouTube. This training is there on YouTube. Don't worry. I request for another round of today's training, if possible, to enable taking some notes for future reference. Don't worry, Justin. Come to YouTube. Search. I'm directing. Search Royal Q Game Changers. After on the channel. After, by the way, subscribe. All then tap on live. Are you seeing the word live? All our live trainings are always here. Okay? All our live trainings are always here. Chichi. Inogegamba for the banange stibanga teri live. Okay, our training is here. It's live. Okay? It's even live. With your $100 and watch the training. Okay? You get the point? So you can always all our live trainings are always here. You can always come and watch the training. You can always go there and watch, rewatch, pause and unpause, and take some notes if it's fine with you. Okay, are you saying setting downtown? Yes, fantastic. Stephen Kapitagambe, when you switch on AI margin call, doesn't the robot after the selling percentage in case you are beyond the 50 margin call? When you switch on AI margin call, doesn't the robot alter the selling percentage? AI margin call works on buying, not selling. You have heard the word margin call. Okay? Margin call, AI margin call works on only buying, not the selling part. The robot doesn't interfere your selling parts. That robot is not yet out. The AI cell. Manage I'm waiting for it. When I put an AI cell, that means my robot will it will have an order from above. I told the robot to sell at 3%. I'm finding it selling at 30%. By the way, that one is not yet out. The AI margin call works in only buying. It monitors your buying orders, not selling. Hope I'm clear, brother. Justin is saying, okay, thanks, coach. You're welcome, my dear. Ibrahim is saying, how can you check the balance of fuel? Okay, go to your royal queue, tap home, then tap assets. You will see your fuel. When I don't buy fuel, I build teams. My teams pay for my fuel. All about strategy fuel, there is 0 0. Reward bonus, 117. Hey, for my decided to teach people, let me teach them to become rich. For them, they will pay for my fuel. Here I'm trading for free. Zezijjako zeziddako obeerawo ng'akamutwe girwanyisa eggweko sente you withdraw it comes back you withdraw it comes back you people work is very sweet. Uncle Nachiko's Ramla is saying, Uncle, imagine my robot bought all the margin calls and the coin is still dropping. Can I add more margin calls and money? Yeah, definitely. Whenever you have a trade and all the margin calls are done, I advise you get man and buy margin calls or get man and trade the new coin. Hey, you can get money and decide to come back in the market. Let me give an example. I had $300. I bought a certain coin area already stuck. I can get another 300 and trade another coin. New signals. By the way, it's very good to have multiple trades. Multiple trades. But with a budget, don't just trade. If your settings are for $300, no gamba, you know what's up? Let me work very hard. I get $6,000. I'll be trading 10 signals per time at a go. You will be making money. If 3 trades are stuck, 7 will sell. You get my point? If 3 coins are stuck, 7 will sell. The ones which were stuck 2 days back, today they are the ones selling. You will be having coins selling all the time. Okay? With a budget and with a strategy. Don't have one $300, your strategy is for 1 coin, and then you put 5. You will be in floating loss by default. Wahid Malik is saying, what happens when my phone shuts down or run out of data? So the robot keep performing effectively or it buffers. The robot will work. The robot doesn't use your data. You are using your data to know what's doing. You are using your data to order it. At the moment the robot enters a trend, even if they steal your phone. By the way, let me tell you something. For example, people who are in cycle trades. You are in cycle, you are even having a team. That means your team is paying for your fuel. Even if they steal your phone for 1 month, you are offline. You come back making money. Your robot doesn't use your data. Your robot is like a WhatsApp application. You mean if you're offline and your data is off, people don't send you messages, they send. But you can't see them until you put data. So when you put data, you can start seeing people's messages. Same thing with the royal queue. When you put on data, you will start seeing what the robot was doing. Okay. Ibrahim is asking, what happens if the fuel fee is done and you already have running coins? The robot will not sell anything. If your fuel is done, your robot will not sell anything, even if it goes in profit. That's why please keep monitoring your fuel. Keep reading the messages. Here, the robot keeps on sending you messages that, hey, sir, there is insufficient strategy fuel, something insufficient. Make sure you tap on the best way is tap on asset. Tap on asset. See how much is remaining. In case you see that they go as your fuel. It is below $10. By the way, fuel will depend on your capital. If you have $1,000 and above your trading capital, make sure fuel is $50. Ever, ever accept your fuel to go below $20 if you have $1,000. If your capital is below $300, even 10 is still enough. But make sure your fuel doesn't go below $2. The moment it strategy will stop. Are we learning something? Are we learning something? So keep monitoring your assets. Hey, keep monitoring your assets. Keep monitoring your assets. Tap assets, check. Tap assets, check. Tap assets, check. Always. As long as the more you make money on the profit details, the more the fuel is taken. Okay. I'm still reading messages. Okay. I think messages are done. Questions are not. I'm no longer seeing new questions. I think we have learned something. Have we learned something? Have we learned something? Have we learned something? Okay. Clap for yourself for being a very, very good audience. Thank you so much for attending today's class. I think we have learned something. We have used almost an hour. Yesterday, you talked about action buttons. Why is it that you tap on buy when price is falling to set the buy amount? The profit loss increases. Yeah, because you have bought. You get the point. When you buy something, when you buy land at 10 m and then the neighbor is selling the same size of the land at 5, don't you mean you have added more value to that to your land? Even if you decide to sell all that land at 17 m, it will be a profit. Whenever the price go down, we buy more. When you buy more, that means the negative decreases. The floating loss. Why? Because you have now more value. You get the point. You have more, you have more value in your trades. You have quantity. That's the reason why we have margin calls, by the way. Okay? I need to comment one. Let's stop here from here. I want to thank everyone who has attended our class. And then let's meet next time. See you at the top.